Hi, this is Janneke from Sugar Punch, and you're watching Surprise Radio. Please remember to subscribe and enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to Surprise Radio. I'm your host, Surprise, and with me today I have Oh You Pretty Things.
Hello.
Hello.
So do you guys mind introducing yourselves?
No, not at all. Joe, do you want to go first?
I guess so. Sure. I'm Joe. Uh, I I play music. I do music stuff. I run our little label that puts out all our music. Um, I've been a musician since I was like 6 years old. So yeah.
Yee. All right. And then that leaves me. Hi, I'm Callie. I also do music things. More specifically, I sing for Oh You Pretty Things. So, hey, hi, hello. Thank you for having us.
It's my pleasure to have you. Thanks so much for being here. How long have you been together?
Ooh,
Since late 2017.
yeah.
It was like December, I think. We've been playing Dungeons and Dragons together since 2016.
Hmm.
And I was leaving a D&D night, and she turned to me and said, "Hey, do you want to start a band?" And I said, "Sure."
As it should
Yep.
be.
Yeah.
Cool. And I know that you guys had a pretty quiet 2023 as far as releases, but you did play a lot of live shows. Do we have anything that we can look forward to coming out in 2023, or is it too early to talk about that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I think we spent most of 2023 focusing on traveling with our music and just playing live shows and just hitting the road with it. But also a lot of writing and recording was done when we were not playing shows, and a lot of that will be coming in the very near future. And we are very excited to share it all with the world.
Yeah. We've been really playing our cards close to the chest when it comes to releasing a debut album. Just because I feel like some people, they start a band and they just like release a debut album. It's like, that's cool. No one's gonna listen to it. Um, so we really wanted to like curate a really good list of songs, and touring was an incredible way for us to really test all of that material out,
I was just about to ask that if
and
that's
find
kind of
out
what
what
that was a
works.
little bit.
Yeah, yeah, and we just kind of wanted to cut our teeth a little bit more on like live performances. We wanted to get more into like the festival circuit, and doing shows for larger audiences. So we really wanted our stage game to be right there with our debut album, which I feel like it's pretty even right now.
I know that you're from the Charlotte area. I've seen that you've played at the Milestone. What are some of your favorite venues that you have played at?
Ooh,
I think it's the same. Wait, let's see if it's the same. One, two, three. The Underground.
the underground.
Okay.
Yes, as far as like local spots, the Milestone is definitely like a home for us now. Like it's just such a great little spot, such a great atmosphere. We love Buck, we love playing shows there, but as far as like just like a mind-blowing stage and venue to perform at, it was definitely the Underground for us, which was whew, it was crazy. It was such a fun gig to play.
Yeah, yeah. The Milestone is like literally, like she said, it's our home base. I mean, I would say a majority of our shows have been played out of there. And it took us a while to get in. We're like, oh no, we're never going to play the Milestone. And then we played the Milestone, and I think we played it like 9 times within 6 months of playing it the first time. So
I
we're like,
love
oh,
to
okay,
say
yeah, we
I love
belong.
to see that we manifested that too, because we kept talking. We're like, dude, we really want to play the Milestone. Like, it's such a legendary spot, and like, we go to so many shows there. Like, I really want to play there. And then I think it was like not even 2 weeks later, we like had an offer to play a gig there. We're like, oh, here we go, we're doing it.
That happened with Snug Harbor too, which was a great place because I've seen a lot of really awesome shows at Snug Harbor. And we were literally at practice. We're talking about it, like, well, what are some cool places we'd like to play? And everyone was like, oh, Snug Harbor's top of the list. Um,
Hmm.
and literally the next day we got an email from Snug Harbor saying like, "Hey, do you want to come play a show?" We're like, yeah.
That's cool.
Absolutely.
But walking out to a crowd of, I think it was like 550 people were at our set because we opened for Emo Night Karaoke at the Underground. There's literally like walking out and just waving and that many people cheering for you, and like you haven't even heard the music yet. Like, what? What is
That, that was mind blowing, dude. That was literally, I still sometimes I'm like, did that really happen? Like, did I dream that or did we really do that?
What's the furthest you've ever traveled for tour?
Chicago,
Ooh,
I think.
Chicago, or when we played Buffalo. I think Buffalo might be between the
Yeah,
two.
yeah. It's definitely like this last tour we went and we hit Nashville, Chicago, Buffalo, Philly, and we were supposed to hit Richmond on the way back, but we couldn't lock down a show, and then we ended with 2 back-to-back shows in Charlotte. I think it was like what 2,700 miles
Mm-hmm.
in 5 days, 6 days, something like that. So
Back
that
to back.
was fucking crazy.
Well, let's back it up a little bit and talk about some of your influences and heroes getting into music. It doesn't necessarily have to be a musical hero, just some of your heroes growing up or getting in.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, there's so many for me. I have crazy hippie parents that raised me. I think my first concert I ever went to was Eric Clapton when I was 2 years old.
Very cool.
So they definitely raised me in a music environment just from like either going to concerts or them having friends that were in bands or were roadies or what have you. So, ooh, I'm trying to think. I know definitely some big females like Fleetwood Mac was like a very big one that we always listened to. So, of course, Stevie Nicks, both in Fleetwood and solo, has always been huge. And then when I started getting into music on my own, there was, of course, Gwen Stefani in early No Doubt was huge. Avril Lavigne in the 2000s was another big one. And then definitely, I feel like any emo alt rock band with a female member is going to name Hayley Williams of Paramore. But she's a legend. So those are definitely some big ones for me.
Yeah, I mean, literally the same though. Like my first CD ever was No Doubt. My sister bought me No Doubt Tragic Kingdom when I was like 7 years old, and my
Oh,
mom
really?
was not happy about it. But for me, I would say my biggest influence, like very similar to Callie, my parents, not so much hippies as much as they just enjoyed going to live shows, especially James Taylor. He's always been a huge, huge influence for me. He was my first concert. I was 4, I think, or 3. And just experiencing that, the whole entire thing of a live show at that young of an age, I was like, oh my God, what is this? But later in life, someone who really helped me hone my craft as a songwriter or like really inspired that was Andy Hull of Manchester Orchestra. That dude changed how I think about music and really expanded my horizons. I started out mainly doing like folk and blues stuff, but then he showed me how you can do that soft acoustic, but then also have the next song be, have like post-hardcore influences in it or Midwest emo. And then my other huge influence is Callie, because honestly, without seriously though, without this band, I wouldn't be exposed or being writing half the stuff that we've written. Like the riffs that I write with these guys is incredibly inspiring. And it literally, if I was just based on my influences, it wouldn't be half as good.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I feel like as a whole, like out of all 5 of us, we all listen. I mean, we all pretty much listen to everything, but we pull influences from a lot of different genres, which is what makes our music so diverse. And I feel like hard to nail just into one genre because we are also open-minded and we all pull from each other's influences. And just kind of make something from nothing with all of it.
Yeah.
Well,
Straight up.
breaking
That's what I love
news.
about
Breaking news, band is fan of themselves. Nice to hear.
it.
I
Well, I
guess
mean,
you could say that.
you gotta write music you want to listen to.
That's
you know?
absolutely true. That's absolutely
True.
true.
Very true.
I mean, a lot of what I struggle with as to what to put on my radio station is, I can't just put music on there that I want to listen to, but at the same time, I don't want to put it on there if I don't want to listen to it.
Right.
So
Right.
I do understand that.
Yes. I actually just saw a meme earlier today that was like the Drake meme of like the doing this and then the no, that's right. And it's like removing a song from a playlist. It's like, no, I'd never do that. And it's like listening to it but skipping it occasionally when I'm not in the mood. Yeah.
Yes.
And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, 100%.
100%. So outside of music, you did say that you play some D&D. Do y'all have much time for anything else outside of that? Maybe like shows or movies or books or games or anything?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I write. I mean, I DM our D&D nights. And like I said, we've been playing since 2016, so we're going on 7-8 years now. But I
Yes.
write, and I also do a lot of our like production and that for other stuff for other people as well too. So I'm kind of entrenched in music or something creative every day.
And does that production company have a name?
Yeah, it's so Showalter Records is kind of the entity that I guess everything kind of falls under. It was literally made because I wanted to put a song out on Spotify, and they're like, "Oh, is this under a record label?" And I've said, "Yes, it's Showalter Records," and that's what happened. But it does give me kind of a really nice place for all of my creative ideas to kind of come together. As far as like the music aspect goes, the writing is more for fun. I do hope to do something with it someday, but for me, the music is the career path.
Feel like I'm not too far off. I'm just a big old nerd, I guess. Whenever it's not fully music engulfed, it's a lot of like we play D&D, of course. What did we say? It's 6 or 7 years straight
Yeah,
of
it's like
campaigns.
it's like 7.5 right now.
Yeah. And then if I'm not going to shows or band practice or writing or just listening to music, it's video games or I'm just watching some anime or something like that. I broke out my PlayStation 2 not too long ago and I'm
Oh, yeah.
replaying one of like childhood favorite game series. And that has been so fun. I'm like praying that they'll do a reboot for it because the graphics are of course trash.
Yeah.
But it's still nostalgic and it's still a good storyline. So hey Bandai, get your shit together. We want a dot hack remake.
Hey, I understand. My favorite game of all time is Final Fantasy II. It looks
Oh
terrible,
yes,
but it's fun.
yes. Oh, I love the Final Fantasy games, so I completely understand that.
I know that you're focusing on originals and you've only got a handful out and more to come, but is there a cover that you'd like to do or maybe even are going to do?
Ooh,
Um,
we have a lot of covers. We actually have like a Spotify playlist that all 5 of us are collaborators on where we're just constantly like, ooh, we should learn this one or ooh, we should do this one.
Obviously our name, we have to learn that song and be able to
You could
perform it.
sing.
But we don't normally have a piano or any keys on stage. We're hoping to add that or change that in the future, so it might be easier later down the line. But yeah, I mean, and the list that we have going is like so many different songs. We did one actually on tour that's a little bit of a surprise one that we'll pull out here and there. It's a mashup of Britney Spears and Britney Spears is Toxic and Change in the House of Flies by Deftones. So it's singing Toxic over the top of Deftones.
There you
It's
go.
so much fun and it's so unexpected because everyone hears those like opening riffs and they're like, oh, Deftones, okay, on brand. And then I just come in and start singing some Baby Can't You See? And everyone's like, wait, where did that come from? Hold on a second. And
But
then
it
by the
works?
chorus, everyone is like, okay, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't know if you remember the old mashups they used to do. There was one that was Closer and Number One Crush by Garbage. They put those
Yep.
two together. That's always been my favorite one.
Oh, I
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
check that out.
Dude, I would be making mix CDs with mashups left and right.
Mhm.
And still to this day, a song will come on and I'll start singing the mashup version
Yep.
of it because it's like so instilled in my
Yeah.
head.
Those were fun. They should come back with those. Those were fun.
Yeah.
Yes, I totally agree.
So going back to tours, do you have any dream tour mates that you'd like to go on? It could be a national band, or it could just be some friends that you know that you just think you might have some fun going on a tour with.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Yeah. I
that's tough.
mean, I told Callie that we were going to change our Twitter bio to we opened for Paramore. It was awesome, and then just hope that they see it, so then we can get on tour with them.
As
I
a
think that would
form
be
of
amazing.
manifesting that.
Yeah, straight up. God, there's so many bands that I would love to play tour.
Yeah. I mean, there are so many national bands, and then there's also like a solid handful of like local bands too that I would love to go on the road with. Like, we're really close with like Home for the Day, and Seneca Burns, and then another band that I adore locally is Babe Haven,
Oh yeah.
we're playing a show with when we come back in 2024, and I would love to hit the road with them. Like, there's a very long list for people that I would love to hit the road with as well that I
Yeah.
think would just be fun just to like, hey, let's go travel and play music together and fuck
Amazing.
around and find out a little bit. Why not?
Do you have any sponsors that you want to shout out at this time?
No, but I know our bassist Paul is trying to get Liquid Death to sponsor us. So if they ever hear this, we're open to negotiations.
Yeah, he is forever a huge Liquid Death fan and will always have all of their merch represented on stage at a show.
Well, there you go. Free advertising. All you guys do is just say the word.
Ew.
So did you have any other things that you wanted to tease or shout out as far as your EPs coming out or tours or anything like that that you were ready to announce?
Ooh, well, 2024, like we said, is going to be a very packed year. We have a lot on our roster. So, I mean, literally, New Year's is right around the corner and we are hitting the ground running. So, that's all I will say for now. I don't know if Joe wants to divulge any further information, but
We got a nice little slate of singles set up for the year, spanned out over a few months, and if all goes well, our debut should be out later in 2024. Date to be decided, but we will announce that as soon as we know. But it's in the works.
and we're also hitting the road more. So,
Yeah,
like
we'll be
last
doing
year,
a lot more like weekenders every month. We're not doing a long tour this year. We're just going to be doing smaller weekenders to try and break into different markets, Virginia and South Carolina, Georgia. I think we're going to possibly go up as high as Ohio this year. I'm trying to get us into a really nice festival in Cincinnati, which would be super, super cool. So
fingers crossed, dude.
Oh, I had something and then you added that last bit and I lost it. I'm sorry.
oh, no worries.
You didn't put your
Um,
finger on your nose.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's Callie's thing.
I
does
have
it
this
work?
weird. It does. I have this weird quirk that I've always done since the beginning of my memory, where instead of raising my, and maybe it's just like an ADHD trait for me, but if I have a thought and I don't want to interrupt or I don't want to lose it, I just put my finger on my nose, and everyone looks at me and they're like, "Nose goes? Like, what are we doing?" I'm like, "No, I got my thought, and it ain't going nowhere, bitch. Like, it's locked right here." And
Yeah.
for whatever reason, it works. And now all of the band, all of my friends around me, they do this, and it's like, I told you, it's silly, but it works.
It works. Yeah.
Yeah, and I knew this about you. I was just trying to get the word out to the rest of the world of this little
Ah,
secret to help.
okay. Well, neurodivergence of the world. Put your finger on your nose.
And of course, make sure to check out Oh You Pretty Things socials to keep up to date with when those releases and tours get announced.
Yeah, you can find us on all social media at the handle OYPT Music.
Did you have anything else you wanted to add? Maybe just a message to your fans, or if anybody hasn't listened to you yet, a reason to listen.
Hey, hi, hello. We just are doing what we love and are having fun doing it. And literally, our band motto is fuck around and find out, because that's the nature of the game, baby. Like, we're all just doing what we love and having a damn good time doing it. And hopefully, you vibe with our music. A thing that Joe and I have always bonded over is we really just want to make music that people can relate to in the same way that we've related to music all of our lives. So we just hope a little bit of something resonates and you have a good time listening to it. And if you are a fan, thank you.
Yeah, no, we are huge on like family. The band is a family. Like even if you're in the band for a week, we trust you like a family member, and that extends as well to the audience. Everybody's welcome at our shows. It is a safe place, a safe space to come listen to awesome music. Not just us, but other the band, bands that we play with. Yeah, we just love to see you at a show and listen to Surprise Radio, because this dude is awesome and he's been repping us for a while now. So we're very appreciative of that.
Yes,
Thank you.
forever thank you for the support. We are very, very happy to be here.
Thank you for that. It's important to me that independent music gets out there and gets heard, because the main reason that I started this show was because I was tired of listening to the same playlist since 2006. And I was like, there's got to be something out there. And it was not easy to find until I really started digging. But once I started digging, I was finding gem after gem after gem. And I was like, people have to hear this, because there's something to be said about the joy that you see on someone's face when you play a song for them. They're like, okay, and that's what it's all about for me. So I'm sure that you guys completely understand that, because that's what it's all about for you.
100%.
Absolutely. And I love finding new songs that are like, when you have those old playlists you always listen to and you think, man, I wish I could go back and like hear that song again for the first time.
Yep.
Finding new music gives that same boost of serotonin that I'm just like always hunting for it.
I need it.
Thank you.
Love that. I love that. Well, since we do have just a little bit of time, I thought I'd try something for the first time and just play just a little bit of a game.
Ooh, okay.
So, Joe, tell me, who would you rather be, and who would you rather, no, just who would you rather be, Taylor or Beyonce?
Oh,
Are you saying Taylor Swift or Beyonce?
Yes. Who would you rather be?
Oh.
you know my answer.
I don't know. Oh man, that's a tough choice. I guess Taylor, only because it's closer to the music that I play, but Beyonce's got some, she's amazing.
All right, Callie, Stray Kids or Blackpink?
Oh no. Oh my God. Well, that really hits because I am a very big K-pop. I'm gonna say Stray Kids. Stray Kids.
Thanks for playing. That was just something that I had as a time killer, just in case. And I haven't got to do it yet,
awesome,
so that's
dude.
cool. That was
Yes,
fun.
so fun.
I have a couple more. I don't know if you're interested in doing those, but tell me, Joe, Celine Dion or Mariah Carey?
Oh shit.
Ooh, ooh.
Fuck.
These are good.
Celine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Mariah Carey, but I mean Celine is like, whew.
Yeah. Man, the pipes.
Legend.
You're right about that. They both got some pipes. That's why I was like, ooh, that's a good one to try to choose between.
Yeah, because they're also very like Mariah and Celine, while they both can like hit those notes and belts, they're both like a different vibe.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the last one I'll ask you, Callie, is Toby Keith or Keith Urban?
Ooh. Ooh. I'm trying to see. I'm gonna say Keith Urban, just because I grew up a little bit more on his music, like hearing more of his music.
Yeah, I think he would be the cooler one to be for sure.
Yeah.
And you'd be married to Nicole Kidman. That seems like fun.
Hey. there we go. I do love some Nicole Kidman.
Can't beat that. Callie Joe, oh, you pretty things. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. This was an absolute treat, and I hope that you have a great rest of your year and a great 2024.
Thank you so
Thank
much for having us,
you.
man.
Yes, thank you so much for having us. We love it. We greatly appreciate you. And same to you.
Yeah.
That's a killer 2024, dude.